Good morning, gifted crafters. It's crafting time.
Me and my friends are having a great time. It's not face to face, it's all online. We're all in our homes, miles away. Love them like my family, what can I say? My crafting show is on, it's my time for me. Laughter, tips and tricks, this is what I need. We're here to have fun, we're all in the zone. When crafting with friends, you're never alone.
Live from the Sunshine State in Miami, Florida, here is the Gifted Crafters Morning Show with Nancy.
Let's have a good time. Ooh, time to get our craft on. Ooh, time to have fun. Ooh, time to feel good.
Good morning, Gifted Crafters, and welcome back to the Gifted Crafters Morning Show. Good morning out there. Hello, I am Nancy from GiftsHQ, and today is Monday. Yay! We are back at it for yet another week of crafting. And let's see who we have out there, because we got tons of people out there. Alrighty, we've got Lisa Lily. We've got here, good morning, have a great day. From Sue, we've got Rebecca. She's my neighbor from Miami. We've got Davida. We've got Barbara, Cindy, Robin's Quilt Basket. She's from Maryland. Let's see, Marilyn. We've got Joyce. We've got Heather. We've got Barbara, Cindy. Quilting with Harriet. Good morning, Harriet. We've got JBL, Jenny Owens, and Leslie B from Lake Ridge, Virginia. Good morning. Yes, it's Happy Monday here. Alrighty, so I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. We are back for only 2 days of crafting this week because I will be going to the Sewing and Quilting Expo and leaving on Wednesday. But no worries, I'm going to try to take you guys along with me, and I'll take tons of videos and pictures and we'll be posting them. So I hope you guys will be looking out for that. So it's going to be a really short week, but it's an exciting week because we get to go to the expo, and I'm sure that I'm going to see some amazing things out there. There's just tons of quilts, and I'm looking for new tools, new tips, new tricks, new things that I can show you guys. So I'm excited to pick up a couple of things. I'll be taking free classes when I get there. So it's really exciting, and best of all, I'm going to get to take my mom, and it's her first time ever going to an expo. So it's going to be pretty cool to see her reaction. I'm so excited to see her going with me, and it's going to be great. We're going to have a fantastic time. I'm meeting my sister there, and hopefully I'm going to meet some of you guys there if you guys are in the area and will be attending. So super excited about that. Alrighty, yay, good morning. Cindy said we will have withdrawals. Oh no, Cindy. No worries. I'm going to try to post as much as I can. Just sending you guys all kinds of pictures, and we'll probably just kind of gather the whole thing together, and then when I come back, on Monday. We'll just show you everything. You guys will be okay, but you've got plenty of projects to kind of keep you busy there. What is it? Oh, Heather says, great time for Mr. H to go live and teach us. You know, I keep pushing him and pushing him, but he just doesn't want to go live. He's laughing over here, Heather. He's laughing.
Too funny. Too funny.
One of these days, right, Heather? Yeah, one of these days, we'll get him. We'll get him there. Okay. Oh, Rebecca says safe Nancy and Mom, safe travels. Have fun. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. I'm really excited about it, and I'm getting ready for it. So I'm starting to do all my packing and my stuff today. Went with my mom over the weekend, picked her up, and she got everything that she needed. Took her all around Miami, buying everything that she wanted, and getting her suitcase ready. So she is almost there. She's ahead of me. She's got a lot of stuff ready to go. So excited about that. She's good to go. And so we got our haircuts this weekend. So yes, it is a little shorter now. Yay. Took Mom to get her haircut. So she's all, you know, dolled up. And then I decided to just cut a few inches here. So it was getting kind of long. So we did cut quite a few, about 2 inches or so. So we're good on our end. So a little bit lighter now. Okay, so let's see.
What Heather started.
Uh-oh, Lisa says, at Cindy Ball, maybe Mr. H can do something to keep us entertained. Yeah, maybe. A session on lubricants safe for plastic. Oh, all the lubricants that are safe for plastic on your Addies and Centro machines. I've got one right here on the side of me. Yes, those are always good to do. There's tons of things, but he's going to be busy because while I'm gone, he's going to be working on my craft room a little bit and pulling out some stuff. And he's got some shelves to build and some things to kind of pull out there. So he's going to be pretty busy. We're going to keep him busy. I'm going to have him doing all kinds of stuff. And then when I get back, we're really going to get into that craft room and hopefully start to really kind of take off popcorn ceilings and paint. That's our first 2 priorities. So yeah, lots of things to keep them busy with. And for you guys, there's tons of videos out there. I hope that you guys maybe will start a new adventure, maybe with your Addies or Centro machines, and you can start making some of these beanies that we made. We can start with that. Those are the simplest projects, I think. Just following this cast on process, doing the rows and then casting off, and you can put the little pom-pom on top if you'd like. But these are always lots of fun to make, and they make great gifts. And so another thing that you can do with that are scarves, and we'll be talking a little bit about that in just a bit. Okay, so before we get into that, I do have a little bit of a haul on fabrics that I've had for a while and haven't had a chance to kind of bring those up. So I'm going to go through those quickly, and then we're going to kind of go through some other things. So, all right, before we get to any of that, we've got to do our toast, right? So go ahead and raise your glass of whatever it is that you have in the morning, coffee, tea, soda, water. You know, there's no judgment any time in this channel. So let's go ahead and make a toast to the order of the Craft and Sip Society, right? So go ahead and raise your glasses. If you don't have one, I'll go ahead and pour you a drink, and go ahead and raise your drink so that we may craft and sip together forever with great passion. And I hope you guys do that while I'm gone as well. But we still have another day together, so we're still good. All right, raise those glasses and hope you have a fantastic day. And go ahead and take my sip. Yes, water, always, yay. Okay, good to go here. Alrighty, so of course, we always start off with our little sip in the morning and our little toast if you guys are new. Now we're going to move over to get our snacks because we're hungry people in the morning. We need to have our snacks, right? So yeah, and I see some people are kind of looking for the different ones that you can, you know, have out there. And I see that everyone has different kind of little choices that they like to do. So Lisa likes to do raspberry tea. Awesome. After her cheer. Great. This is even better. Awesome. And some people like their coffee. So let's roll out that food truck and so you guys can go and get your snacks because we've got all kinds of things, you know, coffee, tea, soda, water, but we also have donuts and danishes and pancakes and eggs and bacon, and we've got even healthy stuff like the kale and the carrots for all those healthy folks out there because we definitely don't want to leave them out. So we are limited on some donuts today, so you know, don't go too crazy. It is Monday, so you want to hold off some of those calories and leave them for Friday, right? Alrighty, yum, cinnamon rolls. Okay, awesome. Oh gosh, you can eat a whole pizza this morning. I best stay with the virtual snacks from the cart. Yes, indeed. Let's not go too crazy here. Let's just keep it a little bit light. We want to be at least a little healthy, right? Okay. Okay, yay, hello, good morning, our friends from Canada. Good morning out there. Okay, so now you just received your Addi and you'll be watching the videos for practice. Oh, awesome, yay, lots of fun. There's a lot of fun that you can have with these machines, whether you get the Addi or the Central. I mean, I prefer the Addi only because, you know, it's a sturdier machine for a long time. Like, I really put my machines to the test because I make a lot of things and I send out a lot of gifts every year to family and stuff. So they do receive their little beanies. They get the little scarf sets for the kids. I like to, you know, do some fun stuff like the Grinch hats and things like that. But this time we also embroidered, and I did another one with the letter L for another family member. And it's probably going to be big on her, but that's okay. It's totally, totally fine. Let's see here. Oh, Lisa is meeting with Sue. Yay, I'm glad you guys are meeting together. That's awesome. I'm so glad all kinds of crafters kind of get together. This is the perfect place to kind of interact. Yay, I'm glad you guys are meeting. Awesome. Okay. Oh no, Faker McFake, you just woke up and just got to work. Oh boy. Well, good morning to you. Awesome. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is kind of just going through some stuff, like I said. And I guess before we get to the little haul that I want to show you, let's go through our crafting news because we haven't done it in a while because we've been so busy. So we'll be doing some of that. Oh, Heather got her Addi 22 on Saturday. She bought it on Facebook and took it all apart and cleaned it yesterday. Works great. Now to make things. Awesome. Nice things to make. There's tons that you're going to be able to make. I just love, you know, doing all kinds of things with that. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into our crafting news because we've got quite a couple of stories here and I just want to mention really quick. So the first place we're going to go to is Victoria, Texas, and there's a little quilt shop that's turning fabric into comfort for flood survivors. After the 4th of July floods that swept through the Texas Hill County, Connie Cortez and her shop, My Fabric Friends, launched a project called Huge from Texas. And quilters from around the world, including Canada and Australia, have mailed in 12,000 fabric blocks, and those blocks are going to be stitched together into more than 1,000 quilts for families who lost everything. I think that's amazing. Imagine getting blocks from all around the world and putting things together like that. I think that's so cool. Okay, her very first delivery of quilts is already headed to towns like Cedar Creek and Ingram and many other flood victims. And the quilts aren't just blankets. They're the very first thing that really feels like they can truly own again. Oh, that's awesome. That's amazing. Now, to learn more about this project and support them, visit myfabricfriends.com. Okay, that's where you can get more information for them. And I think it's great. So the link is also in the video description below if you guys want to help out as well, because I think that's a pretty cool cause. Okay, now we're gonna go over to South Plainfield, New Jersey, where we have a group of seniors that are proving that kindness can be stitched one loop at a time. Now, twice a week, the Knitting and Crochet group at South Plainfield Senior Center gathers in the craft room, and they're turning donated yarn into shawls and lap blankets for women's centers, hospitals, and nursing homes. And they've been at it creating 30 to 40 blankets at a time before making a delivery. And each piece is made with love, conversation, and a lot of laughter. Now, one member who received a handmade blanket during the chemo treatments said that it felt like a blessing. Proof that even small acts of comfort can mean the world. That's absolutely amazing. It's so great to, kind of be able to give something to someone and really make them feel better. I think that's amazing. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's see. For more information, search South Plainfield Senior Citizen Center using your favorite search engine, so you can find more information on that one. Okay, so those are the two stories that I have for you here. I'm going to put this over to the side, and then we're going to kind of jump into a couple of things that I got, and I wanted to show them to you quickly, and then we'll try to jump into our little project. Okay, so I'm going to bring this over here. Now, this is something that I ordered, gosh, a long time ago, and I even totally forgot that I had kind of reserved for it. It's just something that I saw online. I thought it was absolutely beautiful, and I really wanted to jump in on that one. But it seems like now it's really, I didn't realize it was such a rare panel, and it seems like it's kind of hard to get. There are a couple of sites. I mean, if you Google the name of the panel itself, it is a panel but it comes in like a kit. I haven't been able to go back and try to find the kit again. I've seen the name in the panel. Some people I've seen selling it on Etsy, and other people in a couple other places, but not very much. So I'm going to show it to you. I think it's really beautiful, and that's why I want to show it to you. But it's kind of hard to find. So I'll leave it up to you guys. I couldn't really tag any store or anyone that had it because they were just kind of all over the place, and I couldn't find any of the big areas that have it. So I'm just going to show it to you just because I think it's just beautiful. And it's something that I eyed long time ago. And then it was just now, because they were out of stock so many times, it was just now that I received it. So I'm going to show it to you now. It's a quilt panel, and it's called Stained Glass Panel Quilt. And it is called the Dragonfly Dance. And this is a quilt that finishes at 53.5 by 66.5. And I'll show it to you here because I just thought it was beautiful. I thought the colors were just amazing. I thought it was just gorgeous. You can find the panel, but I haven't been able to find it as a kit again. Now, I ordered this through Shabby Fabrics, but it was a long time ago, and it's just now that I'm getting it. Like I was telling you, and I totally even forgot that I ordered this. So this is something that just came in, but I kind of went back in to see, well, who has it now? And a lot of places that I looked up all say sold out, sold out, sold out. So it's kind of rare. There are a couple of places that are out there that have it, but it's super difficult to find. I guess they just didn't make a lot of these, but I just thought it was stunning. When I saw it, I immediately knew I wanted to make this. And so I went ahead and I ordered it. You made it, and it is gorgeous. Oh, nice, Deborah. Deborah, let us know, where did you purchase it from? Did you get it from Shabby Fabrics also, or did you find somewhere else that you purchased it from? Because the kit itself, I haven't been able to find. I've seen the panel And I guess you can kind of coordinate the other fabrics that go around the panel, but it was really, really hard to find. And if you can post your picture on Facebook just so you can see what it looks like, I think it's amazing. Yeah, and I don't know why it took so long to get to me. I guess because it was probably sold out at the time and they had to wait for another shipment. But man, I mean, I thought it was just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Yeah, Lisa, it is beautiful. I think the colors are amazing. So let's take a look at the panel itself, because that's the picture, and the picture only does so much. So let's take a look at the panel here. I'm going to open this up, and let's see. I think I may have it backwards. Do I? Not sure. Okay, let's see. It was Shabby Fabrics about 4 or 5 months ago. Yeah, it was a long time ago. And that's why when I kind of got it, I'm like, oh yeah, I like completely forgot about this. But yeah, but stunning. Okay, here it is, guys. I think I have it right set up here. I'm gonna kind of put it over me so you guys can see it. Can you guys see that? Isn't that gorgeous? I am in love with these colors. Truly amazing. I just love these colors. I thought they were gorgeous. And then the pattern itself has the way they designed the blocks to go really makes it look like stained glass. So I thought it was just beautiful. And I'd really love to do something like this. Now, you can, if you Google just stained glass, you get a lot of other panels that come up that are kind of similar to this, and it'll give you kind of the same type of colors and look, but different designs, right? This one just happens to be flowers, but there's tons of other things that you can get that have stained glass. And I thought, you know, it would be nice to really kind of take a look at stained glass quilts and just putting something together like that. And I think it's just beautiful. I mean, the colors, guys, is just amazing what these colors look like. And then it has some other fabrics, obviously, because it's a kit. So let me fold this here first, and I'll show you the ones that go. And so for the pattern, you can see it has a lot of the black around there that kind of serves to kind of really bring out the fabric color to show that, let me see, it shows, and I'll bring this over, hold on, let me move all of this over and put this, let me put this here. Okay, trying to make space, guys, hold on, here we go. Okay. So we've got the desktop cam, right? And when the desk cam, I'm showing the paper. So you can see a lot of the black here that goes around. It kind of outlines it, kind of makes it look like a brick almost, you know? And then you have the fabrics with the colors that are just kind of popping out. So I think that was really cool. It's a nice technique to kind of display that stained glass. And then the panel in the center that really brings all of those colors together. And I thought that was really cool because it's nice and balanced the way it's showing everything. So now let's come back here and I'm going to show you kind of the fabrics that it came with. So that, of course, is the panel. And then we've got the colors. Of course, we got the dark colors. So they do give you a lot of black. And that's going to be for that outline. But then we have a panel here. And they give you a lot of this one as well. And some others. Let me turn them this way. I'm just going to kind of flip through them, see if they're all turned the right way. So this one I think was really pretty. And then I can flip here. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this one. Like the little dragonflies, the blues that really pop out. I thought that was just beautiful. Look at the reds. Gorgeous. Just that combination of the colors. I thought it was really beautiful with the yellow in here. This one's pretty nice. It pops up. gorgeous purples. Here's another kind of nice blend of like the purples and the blues. These are more of a darker tone. Another kind of darker tone here with different designs. And I think that is it for this one. And then you do get this other one here, of course, has a little bit of that aqua. So all of these colors blended together with the panel and then with this dark fabric here with the black going around it, it's really going to bring out the colors on this thing. But if you Google stained glass panels, you're going to find a whole range of them, and a lot of them are gorgeous. So even though I wasn't able to find this kit again, I don't even think Shabby Fabrics, or maybe they do still have it on their site, but I know they just kept saying sold out, sold out, sold out everywhere I looked. But if you can't find this particular one, you may be able to just Google stained glass, or you can type in the name Dragonfly Dance. That's the name of this one. You may be able to find it like on Etsy. I just don't know if you'd be able to find it as a kit. But if you want just the stained glass look, just type in stained glass and you find so many out there. And then you can kind of coordinate your own fabrics, or you can find a different fabric line that will make the colors pop and work with the panel that you select. So I just wanted to show that to you because I just thought it was so beautiful. And I totally even forgot that I had ordered it. Like I said, it was a long time ago and I'm just now receiving it. So I guess it was in pretty high demand, and it's just now that they're putting it. Shabby Fabrics only has the pattern. Yeah, see, if they only have the pattern, they probably are totally out of the panel. But go to Google and type in Dragonfly Dance. You may be able to get the panel someplace else. I know I saw a couple of Etsy shops that had them. But yeah, it was really, really hard to kind of find a place to tell you where you could get this, because I really searched and searched and searched, and I couldn't find anyone that had it anymore. Like I said, it was a long time ago, but I guess the demand was just so high. They really didn't make a lot of these, so it seems to be like it was kind of rare. One of those things that they probably didn't make a lot of. But yeah, it is gorgeous. And I'm sure you guys will be able to find a stained glass fabric panel that's out there that, you know, may not be flowers, but can be something similar, but they've got tons of other things out there. Okay, let me just kind of scoot all of these. I'm going to kind of turn them this way so I can get them in the bag. And then we'll look at a couple of other fabrics that you can pick up. Okay. But let me know. I know a couple people have. If you guys have made any other stained glass panels and you have any tips you can share, go ahead and put it in the chat. Because I know this one I'll probably make off to the side since you guys will not be able to find the exact panel, but you know, maybe we can do something else in terms of sharing techniques and stuff. So it'll be a lot of fun. Okay, so the other thing was, and this was not this weekend, maybe the weekend before or the weekend before, Hobby Lobby had a big sale and I picked up a couple of fabrics there. But I did need to go to pick up some background fabrics that I'm going to be needing for an upcoming project. So I had some others that I had here and I hadn't shown you guys. So I just kind of threw them all in the bag so that we can kind of go through them all really quick. Some of them are Christmas. Some of them are Halloween. So it's got a mix here of holidays here. Let's start off with the Halloween, if I can grab these. And this one I've had for a while and I couldn't remember if I showed it or not, but I still haven't made anything with this, and Halloween's around the corner. So it makes me a little sad. So I need to make something with this. Can't let the holiday go by and not make something with this, because this is just too adorable. And so they're little ghosts that say boo on it. And I thought this was so cute. It's one that you can pick up at Hobby Lobby, and I thought it was just too adorable to pass up. So I had to pick it up, and I'm going to see what I can make with this. And I want to try to make something really cute, something that I can use for Halloween, maybe a little applique. I don't know. We'll kind of see what I can come up with. We have just about a month before that happens, so definitely we'll want to do something with this. Okay, let's see here. We've got also, and let me fold this over. We've got another color for Halloween, and this is a cute little orange here, right? And let me know what are you guys making for Halloween? I saw a couple of people posted on Facebook some of the Halloween wreaths, and they turned them into flags and things like that. And I thought that was pretty cool. But if you're making anything special for Halloween, I want to see it too. Put it on Facebook because we want to share those. Those are a lot of fun. So these fabrics I thought were pretty cool for Halloween. And then so I have these, but I also kind of use this orange for other things too. It can't just be Halloween. We can do all kinds of other stuff with this. So I did go ahead and get those. So I'm going to put these over to the side. And then let's check out some of the Christmas fabric, because the Christmas fabric was on sale for like 50% off. It was just a ridiculous deal, which I normally would not have bought this, but then I saw the sale and I was just like, well, you know, it's gotta get something because it's on sale. So Jackie says, I didn't think Hobby Lobby sold Halloween fabric. Yeah, that's kind of weird, right? But I didn't either, but they do. I mean, it's kind of that cutesy type of fabric, so it's pretty cool. I like it. Thought it was pretty neat. But yeah, they do have a couple things. I try to kind of stay away from too much fabric that has too much seasonal stuff, because then it, you know, you got to hold it for a whole other year if you don't make anything with it. So it was kind of like, but you know, an apron for me to pass out candy. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, I guess. You know, my son still likes to go around for trick-or-treating, so I do take him around. So we'll probably do something to use for that night, I'm sure. And then we've got this really nice Christmas fabric, and which I thought was pretty cool. And like I said, it was 50% off. I'm not sure if it is still. It just was that week that I went. And so I thought this was pretty neat, and I saw some pretty nice colors. And so I picked them up, and then some that I thought were just nice background pieces that I can use, because I have a number of different panels that are Christmas related, and I need backing for them. So I got some of these that were nice backing fabrics. You like those trees, Lisa? Yeah, they're cute. I like the little snow on them. I think they were really cute. You can make something really cute with this one. Maybe a little tote bag. I don't know. I can do little Christmas bags for everyone. So that would be pretty cool. And this one I thought would be a nice background fabric for a couple of the panels. I do have one that's like Grinch related too. So I'm thinking of what I can do with that one. And then I have a nice green here that also, this one doesn't necessarily have to be for Christmas, but can serve as a nice background fabric as well. And then we can get into some brighter colors. For background fabric, I have this red. And so we have a cute red here. And that could be used for anything. I mean, you can really save some money if you go in and they've got like 50% off the Christmas stuff, and you find like a lot of reds. You can use them for like Valentine's Day. So you can also mix and match from the different holidays as well. You like the Christmas fabric? Yeah, I think it's pretty neat. And then we've got this one with, of course, the snowman on here. And I thought the snowman was really cute. And it's kind of simple, plain, and, you know, just a light little designer. So I thought this one was really neat as well. So I thought that was a really cute one, and you can make some stuff with this. So I didn't get too much of it. It was just that it was on sale. So I picked up a couple because, you know, it's a good deal. So I went ahead. I don't think I'm going to use all of it for this season, but who knows? I mean, we make a lot of projects, so I just may. We'll see what happens with that. But I wanted to kind of share that with you since they had it on sale. I'm not sure. Check your local area, because sometimes they have them on sale here, but not where you are. And then the following week it changes and then you guys have it on sale and we don't. So it really depends where you live. Just check your Hobby Lobby because they've got all kinds of different fabrics on there that are pretty cool. And of course, since we don't have Joann's anymore, you know, we've got Hobby Lobby, so I have to take advantage anytime I can when I see fabrics. But I'm excited for the Sewing and Quilting Expo because I'm sure I'm going to have some really beautiful stuff out there. So we'll see what we pick up there as well. So I've got these kind of all stored away and we'll see what we're going to make with these. Well, we've got tons of fabric now to work on some projects. So we've got tons of things to make when I get back. So I'm excited about that. Okay, let me put these away and we're going to get to our main project here. I'm going to slide these in. And just set these over to the side. Okay, so I want to go ahead, and I forgot the instructions. I'll push these over here. I want to go ahead and talk about making a scarf on your Addi or Centro machines. And I've got a couple of skeins here. They're all the same. This is a very simple white, and it's by Yarn Bee. It's Soft Secret, and this is just the white color. And this is 100% acrylic, and it is a medium weight 4. And you can see that over on the sides when you flip over and you get your skein. Just kind of keep turning it. It tells you right here, number 4, medium weight. And you can see it's really, really tiny, but you can see it on here. There you go. Now, one thing that's kind of important, and I wanted to kind of point out to you, sometimes when, and not all the time, it really makes a difference when you have yarns that have like different colors on there. Sometimes the colors aren't exactly the same and you want to kind of check. And I want to show you here in this case, it didn't happen, but I have seen some, and you have to check it when you buy. So when you go into the stores, they'll have labels like these right next to, of course, the most important one where you'll see the weight, and you'll see they'll have different gauges on here. Whether you're doing a crochet project, they'll have the little crochet hook on here, or if you're doing a knitting project, they'll have the knitting needles here. And this is your gauge, and so your gauge will basically tell you, it's really all about your tension. So people crochet or they knit with different tension, and everyone has their own preference. But this is kind of like a guide to tell you, for this particular yarn, this is how much tension you need to have. So it gives you a little gauge here, and for crochet it says gauge for 4" by 4", right? And so this is the information here that it's telling you, and it's giving you you know, how much tension you need to have on there. So just if you're doing a crochet project or a knitting project, it's important to kind of pay attention to these labels. But then what I wanted to kind of get at is the lot number. And for this particular one, it's just white, right? The color is white, but you'll notice they have different lot numbers. So that means that it's not from the same dye that it came in. So as they make more and more of these yarns, they'll have these lots, and especially, and I'm trying to see if I can think of one that I may have. Let me just check down here a second. Well, here's kind of one. This one's a little on the darker side, but here's one where you have multiple colors, right? And sometimes when you see the lot number here, at least when I go to buy them, I try to get the ones that have the same lot number. That means that they were all done at the same time. So when they're preparing and they're dyeing these yarns, different colors, they have to kind of tell you the lot number that they were in. And sometimes you have different lot numbers, meaning that it was dyed, then maybe the next day they, you know, put the colors together, and then another section of yarns were dyed. And they may not come out 100% alike. And I do check that out. So be very careful when you're getting yarns like these that have multiple colors on here. You want to check to see if they're in the same lot number. And if they're not, hold them up side by side next to each other just to make sure that the colors match, because sometimes they can be off just a tad. You know, maybe one day it's just a little bit darker, the next day maybe a little bit lighter. You don't know. I've seen that, and it has happened to me a couple of times where I bought the yarn and then I've seen that the dye is just a little bit lighter than another scheme or a little bit darker than another scheme. So you really want to check those and be careful with that. Now, this particular one is white. So not too much color going on here, but sometimes the colors can be off a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit whiter than others. So in this case, I have different lot numbers here, but they all look the same. I don't see much of a difference, so I'm good. Sometimes you can see that difference, and so that'll kind of impact your project. So you want to watch out for those and just be able to match them up and make sure, you know, they may look from far away, they look great, but when you get a closer look at it, you'll see that the colors can sometimes be a little bit off. So just a word of caution when you do that. I haven't seen it happen too much, but I have seen it a couple of times. So, and it could just be that, you know, once they have them, they throw them on the shelves and then people are just picking and they're not checking the lot. And so then when it gets down to they don't have too many left, you're going to notice that they don't really match 100% all the time. So if you're making a sweater or something that has a lot of schemes that you need, you know, you don't want your sweater to be lighter on one side, darker on the other side. Unless you're looking for that kind of look. So just something to look out for on that. But we're going to go with a really simple, this is just white we're going to be using, and we're going to make a little scarf. I was hoping to kind of make it in the same color as this one, but I ran out. So I'll have to see if I can go back and get a couple more schemes to make some scarves for these. But we're going to go ahead and do the scarves in this color. And then we can go ahead and make a beanie if we have enough left. Now, for scarves, I like to have 3 schemes. 2, I think, is good, but I like to have the other. That way I can make the beanie with it as well. So if you're looking for a hat scarf set, 3 should totally be fine to make that set, and you'll have some left over, which would be good in case you mess up or something. If you want to do something in addition to it, then you can definitely do that with these. So I thought it'd be really fun. We're going to start it off today. Now, when you're doing it, their scarves are pretty long. And so we're not going to sit here and just, you know, spin for like over 200 rows. So I'm going to start it off with the cast on process, and we'll go ahead and start it off. And then tomorrow I'll finish doing the rows tonight. And then tomorrow I'm going to show you how to close it up and add some pretty cool stuff on the end. So I hope you guys enjoy that one. Let's see, Connie says that happened with a baby blanket that you crocheted. Yeah, you know, you got to be really careful. And sometimes I forget and I'll not check the lot number. Like on this one, I didn't check the lot numbers, but luckily all 3 are the same. As I took a closer look, they are pretty good. So I'm good with that, but it has happened to me. And then you end up with schemes that don't match. And so you can't use it for like those really big projects, but you can still use them for other stuff. They're just going to be shorter projects. So I just wanted to make you guys aware of that because yeah, it did happen to me. Not fun, but you know, you can get through that. So let me pull these over and let me pull some yarns over on this end. Okay. And I'll put this in the middle. Okay, so if you haven't seen this before, this is the Addi 46-pin needle machine. And this is where I make a lot of the beanies, a lot of the hats, a lot of the different projects. But they also have the smaller Addi as well. And you can make some pretty cool projects with that too. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one because this one's probably my favorite. And there's a couple things that I have here on the side too that I didn't get a chance to show you guys last time because there's a couple of different tools that you can get for the machine. So this is a machine that you hand crank here over to the side with the handle, and it just kind of spins round and round and does the knitting for you. Now they have a little gadget that can connect over to the side, and with a screwdriver you can go ahead and power that and it'll automatically kind of turn for you. Now they have the machines out there that once everybody got kind of tuned into that, everyone started buying the machines that you can just plug in and go. But I've seen a lot of concerning reviews on that, so I kind of stayed away from that. But then since then have developed different things that you can get, because some people were also concerned about like drop stitches and tuck stitches. And these are things that can happen on any knitting machine, whether it be Addi or Central. If you think about knitting, knitting can be very temperamental at times. It really depends on the type of yarn that you're using and the yarn that works well with your machine. And you'll know that a lot of these will use the medium weight, the number 4 yarn, and they work pretty well. But there are types of yarns that, you know, sometimes don't work too well. So if it's very fuzzy and has a lot of things to it, it can get caught up on the machine. And so those things can happen. But we also have things like temperature. Yeah, temperature does make a difference. So the humidity in the air can make a difference on your yarn, and that can cause you to have tuck stitches and drop stitches too. So sometimes it's really not the machine itself, it's just the weather and the humidity and the reaction that it does to the fibers that you're using. So that can also play a role, and the best thing to do is just kind of to know how to fix them. You can fix tuck stitches and you can fix drop stitches pretty easily. So just know that if it does occur and you have like a ton of rows that you've already done, you can definitely get them fixed. So it's not too hard to do. It's just a little bit finicky, but you can get it done. So I know a couple people said they had some knitting machines. I don't know if you have the Addi or the Centro, or if you have a flatbed knitting machine to make those really big projects like sweaters and things like that. You can make sweaters with your Addi machines too and your Centros. Just let me know in the chat what you have and what you work with, or if you just like to crochet, just let us know too. So this is what we're going to be using. And just note that a lot of these schemes on the inside, they do have little patterns. And I'll kind of just undo the label to show you in this particular one. Once you open it up, they do come with little patterns. They're free patterns to do all kinds of things here. So it's pretty neat for you to be able to, if you're just looking for a project, you can see right on the inside. This one is using a dual use scarf. So it's another scarf project. So it shows you the finished size, the gauge, everything that you're going to need, and all the step-by-step instructions. So that's pretty cool as well. Okay, let me just grab a little sip. Okay, was getting a little tickle there. So now let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and start this off. So again, I'm going to use the inside yarn here. When you pull this here on the inside, you'll see how it kind of starts off here. You can use the end. I like to use the middle, especially when I don't have my yarn holder, because once again, I forgot it. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull it from the middle. It just makes it easier when you do that to avoid knots and things on the knitting machine. So just pull, 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 all comes out nice and clean. And so you have your nice start here. Marina says, I'm still in the watching stage. Honestly, nervous about trying. Don't be nervous. You're totally fine. You're not going to do any damage to your machine. The very first step is the cast on process. Once you understand the cast on process, you are on your way. Very, very easy. So go ahead and take your yarn. Do about an armful. That's fine. Totally fine just in this. Now I'm going to be doing this live, but I also have a video that has a really close up. I've got the camera like right on the angle here, and you can really see everything that I'm doing here. So if you can't really tell just from the live, just go to the video and watch the video, because you'll see really up close exactly what you need to do. So thanks to our Mr. H here, we were able to get a really close up shot, and I was able to kind of angle the camera like right on here so you can really see what I'm doing. So hopefully you can really see it between this here and between that video. You should be able to get it in no time. Just think of it as a kind of a weaving motion, like little waves going up and down. Just kind of envision that in your head, and then once you see that, your hand's just going to start to flow, and you're going to get this in no time. So I think it was on, I couldn't remember if it was on the Centro or the Addi machine, but they're both the same. The process is exactly the same to do it. Can it make a decorative stitch pattern such as a cable? It can do decorative stitches. I'm not sure about the cable stitch. I haven't tried that one on the Centro, but or the Addi, but I have done, and I don't remember, I had a beanie. We did like a kind of like a waffle stitch on that. And you can do that by kind of wrapping around the different needles. And I can show you that in another show. We can kind of do one with some decorative stitches and some ones that you can do. Yeah, but it was pretty cool. It is pretty cool. You can make some really neat patterns with this. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to go ahead. I've got my black needle and my last white needle, my first black needle here. I'm going to start off with my black needle here. I'm going to line that up, and I like to set my counter at right when I'm starting my casting process. Since I'm starting right on this first black needle, I set mine to 9999. That way, by the time I finish my cast on process, it had already started my counter at 0, and then we're ready to start cranking. Because I never start my cast on process is not considered a row, so I don't count that as my first row. Okay. So go ahead and grab that first black needle, make yourself your nice little V, just loop it around there, okay? Drop in this side here that has nothing attached. We're gonna drop that right into the middle here, and we're gonna start our cast on process. And I'm going to have my hand on the handle over here, and then I'm gonna be looping in between the needles, just going behind the needle and in front of the needle. So right now, because I did the V, my yarn is in the front of the needle. So I'm gonna keep turning. My next needle is gonna pop up, and I'm gonna wrap it around the back of it, then the front, then the back, then the front and the back, and then you just kind of keep going with this motion back and front of every needle. Okay, and you do this all the way around. You take your time, speed will come later. And this first row is the most important row because this is kind of your base for your project. So this definitely has to be done correctly. And so now I've already come all the way around, and I'm back to my first black needle here. I'm always going to end up on the back of my white needle. So if you're not on the back of your white needle, then that means that you haven't done something correctly. And so you may want to just pull the yarn out and start over again. So now that I am here, I'm going to go ahead and open up my yarn feeder, and I'm going to loop that in here and then go ahead and close it back. This is my little tension here. Now they've got little gadgets that you can get to put in your tension as well. Heather says, I was super confident yesterday on casting on because of you. Oh, yay! Awesome. That's awesome, Heather. Let's see what you can make now. I can't wait to see what you guys do. Okay, getting that tickle again. Let me grab one more sip. Okay. Too much talking, I think, right? So one of the things that you can get, and you see this little white glob that I have here hanging on the side of my machine. This is wax, earwax actually, that you can purchase. And I just kind of took a glob of it and kind of put it right here on the side. Now you think, why in the world would you have that on the side of your machine? Well, because I live in South Florida, it's a ton of humidity in the air. So it really depends what the weather is like. And sometimes I find that my yarns kind of act up on me. And so they'll kind of like start looping and I'll get drop stitches. And so one of the things, and this is one of the hacks of many that you can do, is you can kind of just have this onto the side of your machine. And so what I will do here is I kind of just hold, and let me bring it over here so you guys could see this. let's see, there we go. So we've got this little squishy earwax that I just have one little piece here, and you can just buy this off of Amazon. You can get a whole pack that'll last you years and years. What is your yarn holder like? My yarn holder is just a little magnetic thing that kind of clips and it kind of holds it on the sides. It's wooden and it just has the little loop. So my mom actually was kind of using it, so I'll have to go back, see if she's done with it. I did forget to bring it the first time, and then I saw it again, and then she was kind of using it, so I kind of left it. So I just may order just another one and let her keep that one. It's just a wooden base, and it's got like the little loop onto the side, and it's got a little magnetic tip. And so what I do is I put my yarn in there, and then I clip it with the magnet, and so it kind of dangles and kind of hangs like this. That way, when you're pulling the yarn, it kind of will turn for you, and I don't have to put it down on the floor or keep pulling the yarn. It pulls it nicely, and it doesn't have too much tension as I pull, so it's pretty cool. I'll show you that as soon as I can get it back from my mom. Okay, so I do have it here on the side. Again, I've got this little earwax, and this is one of many tricks that you can have. So what I'll do is I'll kind of just run my yarn on here, just grabbing some of this wax, and I'll just kind of leave my hand here, and then as it pulls, you know, it just kind of runs through that. And that kind of helps with the fuzz and the things, and eliminates a little bit of the drop stitches. Other things that you can do, and I've seen all kinds of different hacks out there. You've got dryer sheets that you can use. That's another thing that you can use to help with the humidity in the area, and you know, other things that will maybe kind of give you some drop stitches. You can just take a dryer sheet and wrap it around your yarn and just have the yarn go through it as it goes through your fingers. That kind of helps as well, and that sometimes will eliminate drop stitches. So I only do it when I start to see, if I've done it a couple of times and I see I'm getting a lot of drop stitches, then that means there's a lot of humidity and I may have to kind of do it that way. So anyway, so those are just two of the little things that I wanted to share. And so now that we've got our cast on process done, I'm going to go ahead and keep cranking away, and you heard the little clicking sound, so that means it finished the first round and my counter is set to 0. So now all I'm going to do is continue to crank away here, and the first row is a little bit, you know, you'll hear a lot of little clicking going on. That's totally normal for the very first round. Just take it nice and slow to make sure that all the needles are capturing the yarn and pulling them down. And then once you get past that, then it should be nice and smooth, and you just kind of continue to turn and turn and turn. And so I'm going to do about 200 rows of these, and then we're going to come back tomorrow and we're going to cast off, and I'm going to show you how to close up those edges to make a really beautiful scarf. And yeah, it's that simple, guys. See how easy it is? I mean, it's going to be really gorgeous. There's so many different ways to finish it, and I'm going to show you all the different ways to do that. So I will be back at 200 rows tomorrow, and then we're going to finish this off. So if you have your Addi and Central machine, go ahead and do the cast on, do the 200 rows, and then we'll meet back tomorrow and we can finish it up together. So hopefully you guys will be able to see a really beautiful, beautiful scarf that you can make, and you can do it with all kinds of different colors. So I hope you guys really enjoy that. Okay, we've only got a minute left. Let's move over to our inspirational quote of the day. Okay, today's quote of the day is, "New projects and fabrics have the power to turn on ordinary days into extraordinary adventures of creativity." And that's exactly what we did today. We've got new projects, new fabrics, and we've got new yarn to kind of turn new projects into extraordinary items. And I hope you guys are able to do that along with me. It's a lot of fun, and it really is amazing. You can put a smile on someone's face. Okay, guys, well, that is it. That's all I have for you today, but tomorrow we'll be able to finish this up and do some fun stuff together. So I hope you can join me and tune in for the rest of today and tomorrow. Remember, I will be at the expo the rest of the week. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day and a wonderful time. Don't forget to post your projects because I really love to see it. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. Thanks all for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic day and I hope to be crafting with you soon. Bye, everyone.
So long for now, so long. Glad you stayed a while. Hope you liked my crafting style. Hope I left you with a smile. By now, keep your mind and space clutter-free. Hope your day is bright as can be. So long, my friends, till we craft once again. Bye now, stay crafty.